Come have some fun and watch some games. Time to get crazy. It's night and day. Yeah. Night and day, back again.
Yes, we are back. Back in the world of Detention.
Oh yeah. Crap has hit the fan, and here we are in this calamity. We have to make this choice as Rei has to look her own past self in the eyes and talk about what she's done.
Exactly.
She freaking turned in the note of the reading list and told the people, the authorities, who all was
involved in that. Yeah, so exactly. So she basically condemned, at least one person to actual death, and then a couple of her classmates, and apparently one acquaintance / friend to 15 years in prison. And that can't be good for a developing child to have to go through prison.
Exactly.
So that's ruining lives for sure. And and all of that because she did have a hard life, but taking that out on other people is no excuse. But so now she has to deal with the devil of her past decisions. And how is she going to do that? Quietly accept them, try and take them back, or calm indifference? That is kind of sociopathic.
Yeah, I'm anti-calm indifference.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's either we quietly accept it, and she finally accepts what she's done, try to take them back.
Like make amends for what you've done, but to this level, and also she seems like she's dead, so...
Right.
I don't know if that is even feasible.
Is it possible? Yeah.
Because
can she influence anything that has happened?
Exactly. Yeah.
In the spirit world, we can't really tell.
Right. And in the past episode, it said those things can't be taken back. You can't make amends, essentially. So it's
right, but you're also
we can try.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there any way to fight it and try and set things right?
Yeah.
Does that mean? Is that what causes this loop to recur again and again?
Yeah, exactly. Is it do we keep circling around this maze until we just say, okay, we finally have to accept this?
Right.
Ultimately, I think we should say try to take them back, because if there's any way to make it better, you should try and do that.
Right.
But yeah, even if it's a 1 in a million shot, at least take that shot. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if there is a game loop where this just sends you back to the beginning of the game, we haven't been told that yet.
Yeah.
And there is foreshadowing that you can't actually make any changes.
Yeah.
But if what there has been along those lines has not been overt, it's been really subtle.
Yeah, exactly.
This one lady said you can't make changes, but it hasn't been something that's been repeated.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's also the same ghost people that we're talking to have also been along the lines of, take destiny into your own hands.
Yeah.
So these two things don't necessarily go together. So I agree. I think, let's try to set things right, which is how we're interpreting try to take them back. Hopefully this isn't a weird translation issue.
Yeah. Let's see. The instructor's sharp gaze was stifling. You steeled yourself and performed without hesitation. In that one moment, transforming into a pitiless patriot. Easier than you think, right? You are me.
Wow.
Oh, just try and take them back mean go back to the commander or whatnot?
Oh, get the lists back?
Right.
Maybe.
Try and be don't try and say don't do this.
Hey, Wei.
Hey, buddy.
They definitely gave you a dad kind of shirt.
Yeah, really. He's got that dad swag about him.
He does not look like he got out of prison or whatever, but they didn't try to treat him kindly. He definitely looks like middle-aged Wei.
Right, yeah. That is the way of the middle-aged Wei. Okay, he opened the door for us to...
The roof.
Are we
going to watch our own suicide now?
Yeah, for the second time.
I do think that's cool that Rei was the one who jumped earlier. Oh, hey, Wei.
Oh.
Wait, keep going for a little bit. He's just smoking? I guess he doesn't care about... He probably picked it up in prison, honestly.
Yeah, with the life that he's had, he probably couldn't care less at this point.
This is where she did it. Why'd you done did it, Rei?
Oh, don't fade away, Wei.
Why'd you gone done did it? Hey, where are you going, mister?
If y'all had a problem, you should have come to me first.
Wow. Okay, so we just got to see waste smoke, and is this the note?
Aha! Is that an airplane?
I believe so.
Yeah!
Yellowed paper airplane.
Let's read our own past problems. From the white deer to my white daffodil, fate holds us apart. So let us meet again in another life, to our freedom.
Okay, is this something we're gonna have to use like immediately? Because it definitely seems that way.
I am really surprised that we didn't have the white pendant to put in to the fan.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Or that we didn't kill the rat and put that in the fan. Like, one of those things to start tying it back to the beginning a little bit more strongly.
Right, yeah, create that loop. Because, yeah, they're dropping those little hints, but wow.
That was loud. Open the door!
Chang Minghui, you are suspected of spreading anti-government propaganda, smuggling banned books, and organizing illegal gatherings. The court has already obtained the necessary evidence. We have now arrested you on the grounds of rebellious activity.
He's really got to work on the ending of the sentences.
Do not resist on pain of death.
That is such a terrible thing to yell to get somebody to do something
open
that
the
you
door.
want. Yeah. Looks like it will be difficult to escape this time. Fine. I'm going out swinging, baby. Take my head so that I may join my brothers in the blah 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 sigh. Why? Cry when angels deserve. Aren't people born to live freely?
Not if they freaking take advantage of their students, dude.
To think openly, to speak their minds without restriction or fear. Freedom of belief, love, and self-realization. Let's chill on the love thing. Being with you was happiness and of the simplest and purest kind. I couldn't help but think.
Being with who? Which one of your 8,000 women?
When we could be in hand, living in untroubled time. But in the end, this is only a fool's dream. Oh, is that the airplane? I too am vain, like the daffodils, fixated by my blank. The world is not ready for the likes of us. Who is he talking to right now? Because this could be either nice or really sick. If he's trying to talk to Ray.
No matter who he's talking to. Like being with you, blah, blah, blah. Daffodils died by a river, oh god. Decaying rust-like into the void.
Wow.
Yeah, because it sounded like he was super devoted. It was either he was reading her airplane about how she felt, or he was explaining how he felt.
Right.
In which case, no matter who he's talking about, whether it was Ray or Ms. Yin, is totally disingenuous.
Yeah, right.
Aren't people supposed to be free? Oh, free to have sex with as many students as they want?
Yeah, really. Okay, so we can look at either the bridge that is now back or a new billboard. Let's try the billboard first.
Sure. Oh, hey, Wei.
Oh. Hey, friend. You back to...
They also give him these jacked up socks. He looks like he's approaching Grandpa more than...
Yeah, right. Construction signboard. Well, I guess, yeah, it doesn't have to be immediately 15 years
That's true.
after. Yeah, it could be like 30 or something. Evidence of vandalism, alongside many signs of protest.
Alright, now we can go look at the bridge, I guess.
Yeah.
Taking us back to where it all began.
Exactly. Was this the Crimson River of Blood? Crimson Chin. This leads to the main city. Okay.
And we're in color for the
Yeah.
first time in a long time, if not ever, except for Ray's crazy...
Some of, Ray's, psychedelic trips that she was on.
Were we in color at the very beginning? No, because
No,
the
I don't
River
think
of
so.
Blood was the thing that first
that
popped.
popped out, yeah. Metal lodging for laborers. Alas, to be demolished. All to be demolished. Oh, okay. I'm imagining all of this, yeah. It's going to be the same thing.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Grown Up Way only has 15,000 steps mode.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it's the woman. Barred from the heavens and hampered from the underworld.
Are you a hag?
Alone and wandering forever she goes.
Do you have more friendly things to say?
Pitiful.
Nope.
Yeah, keep following her, because last time she had a ton. When she was Death Hints McGee.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like her arm has no skin on it.
Yeah, it's just like the muscular, yeah. And I'm sure, Wei has his own notebook.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's, that'll give us some hints as to, yeah.
Miss!
Yeah, I wanted to
always
see if
start
it
at the
would,
top of the hill. That's not very realistic. Now that we're in the real world. A certificate of amnesty. Wei Shun-ting. Name of pardon. Amnesty. Crime declared invalid.
What? So, is that like a false? Like, did he get imprisoned wrongly?
Yeah. They showed that he's been cleared.
Yeah.
Hopefully he received that early in his sentence.
Year 1, not year 14.
Yeah. After, or even worse, after he had been served the full sentence and then released, and then later they're like, oh yeah, we're going to give you an official pardon.
Yeah, by the way, it's off your record, but you did waste like 15 years of your life. That's brutal.
Yeah, definitely brutal that he wasted it.
Oh no.
Alright, looks like we gotta move forward. This is the only way that we can go.
It's a one-way kind of game, I guess.
It's this way or the highway. Highway. Are you gonna find Ray upside down and slit her throat?
I mean, it seems like this whole situation was weighing a lot on Ray.
Oh, so that's it.
That seems like it.
So we get to play through some of the credits, which is cool. I did like that when we did that in the Walking Dead. Oh, slight spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Beep, boop, 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 boop. Spoilers.
Time. It rots everything away. Even I cannot hide from it.
Did you think you were a time god or something?
Time jumper.
I'm a time lord. Alright, so yeah. That was cool when we could play through the credits in Walking Dead final season.
Yeah, this is awesome. I like that they still have interactable things, and yeah, wow. You can scan through a lot while going through the credits here.
I like it too, but it seems a little anticlimactic.
Yeah, I'm hoping as we push forward, they're going to like unveil some crazy stuff, but they also don't have the monster and everything like that.
Yeah, it just seems like this is the resolution is that Ray is forever trapped. And maybe if we didn't say try to take it back and we said quiet acceptance, she would have actually...
Maybe, yeah, exactly. I wonder if there are different endings to this depending on what you choose, or eventually you're just going to make it back here anyway.
Yeah, one way or another.
I'm gonna find you. Gotta get you.
It ends this way.
Oh, I wonder if we can go up to the roof and then have that.
I wonder if we could have thrown the paper airplane with Ray off of the roof. Did it let you go back up after you were like, I'm going to get this airplane and then we're going to use it right away?
Right, yeah.
So maybe that was the airplane was her final words and Chang was reading it.
Maybe, yeah.
It makes more sense that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Let me see. I get I can go to the classroom, but...
Because it really just doesn't make any sense for him to have suddenly reciprocated and been like, oh, yes, if only we could be together.
Right. All about that relationship now. That's a... Okay.
BSG rape. I guess.
Wow.
Summer Dick 2000 BSG Racker Rape. That's some interesting graffiti.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they're going for the realistic, like, people don't care what they write in graffiti, but...
Just as long as they get that font.
The font right. Correctly, yeah.
Make it pop, make it look artistic. So I don't understand the upside down throat slitting part.
Right.
That's not reliving anything. Why is that a part of anything? And spirit wards on the doors and things like that. Paint thinners. Oh, my old desk, the only one who's still here. Let me just rip out my bloody teeth and put them in a bowl.
That'd be so dark. He just, like, kills himself here.
Hey, Ray.
You took a lot away from me. Yeah. Ray. Yeah. Kind of hate you, honestly.
Yeah, really. I don't understand his...
Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, okay. There we go.
I don't understand why he would have any tie to her. I mean, yeah, he was maybe that's it? Yeah, maybe he was in love with her. It didn't seem like he was super hardcore in love with her.
It did not seem that way at all.
He seemed into her, definitely, but not to the point where he would be pining over her and forgive her for destroying his life.
Yeah, exactly. To hold on to that for what would potentially be, I imagine, 15 years or so, because based on how he looks, that's a heck of a relationship to try and hold on to, that she didn't even seem to really reciprocate that. She legitimately in the beginning just kind of voiced their thing as friends that they had mild interaction with. That was it. So for that to be held 15 years into the future with her legitimately ruining his life, I don't think that's possible. So probably not a love interest. Maybe he's I don't know, maybe he's trying to find peace with everything that happened to him. But I mean, it seemed like she had remorse if she didn't indeed kill herself by throwing herself off the roof. So that could be what he's trying to find, that peace for that, for what happened to him. But yeah, I was expecting a little bit more towards the end.
The hand monster never came to fruition.
Right.
We never saw what it was. They didn't even give a pamphlet item on the hand monster.
Right, yeah. They had some details on some of the monsters that we saw a couple times, and then
on all of them except for that one.
Yeah. And that hand monster appeared 2 or 3 times. You just run from it and that's it.
Maybe if we now that we know how the old lady mechanic works, maybe if we let Ray get killed by it, then the old lady would have explained what it was.
Maybe,
The only thing you can do is run, or that sort of thing.
True. Yeah, exactly.
But it seemed like it would have played... It was such a more monstrous form than any of the other things that we encountered. There was no hope at all against it. So it seems like it would have... Oh, back to school, achievement unlocked. It seems like it would have played a more relevant role, as it is a more... It's a symbolic representation of something larger that she had to contend with, or something that was trying to, seek vengeance and destroy her, or something like that. It just seemed like it should have had a more prominent role with some sort of closure.
Yeah,
Maybe she doesn't defeat it, but at least it comes back more than... it was in the game 2 times.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder if they put that save point there to, allow you to do the multiple tries of that, but...
Maybe. If we hit continue now... Oh, there's also chapter... So let's try continue, because see if we can see if we can answer just that one last question as quiet acceptance.
Right.
Because other than that, I don't see... The old woman was saying, oh, she's always gonna be around here. So we might as well. We've got plenty of time in this final episode.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see what it's all about.
Froggy, baby. Feeling froggy.
You're just gonna leap. Oh yeah, there's a note on that card. Come on down.
You're the next contestant on Eternal Purgatory.
Yeah. Have you discovered eternal damnation?
Even her final paper airplane note made it seem like more... And it's realistic. It is realistic, but it made it seem like she was more remorseful, filled with regret over not being able to live freely and be with Mr. Chang, as opposed to, hey, fuck you.
Yeah,
That's what led her to killing everyone.
Yeah,
what we thought was her killing everyone was she found out Miss Yin and Mr. Chang were in a relationship.
Right.
And I guess more realistically than anything else, she blamed Mrs. Yin. Like some of those other scenes with the gun and the mirrors is like, this is all your fault. Nothing would have happened if
it wasn't
you
for
weren't
you.
here. Yeah. So instead of realizing that Mr. Chang is a total dirtbag, her eyes flash red, and she wants to take out Miss Yin.
Yeah, the competition instead of what is actually the problem here.
Yeah,
and I think
and she's still not, but she still also has feelings for Mr. Chang with that final note being like, "Oh, if only we could have been together." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, do you want to do Take Hold of Your Destiny and then only change the last one, or do you want to go down the Submit to One's Fate route? For now.
Yeah, let's just try it.
Submit to one's fate. Yeah. Alright, I'm down.
Maybe she'll block us from proceeding because it's just not what he would have said.
Yeah, right.
She doesn't say anything.
She doesn't say anything, no.
So that is a difference, but not a relevant difference so far.
Right. Now it's a matter of does
any of this change?
Any of this change, yeah, exactly. I think we did this.
Is she just being polite? She doesn't want to say, no, bitch.
Yeah. Are you f***ing stupid? So.
Quietly accept.
Quietly accept.
Huh.
That is so interesting. Like, so they give you the option, but it seems like they do have a favorable choice.
Yeah, so far.
So, yeah. So it seems like the ones we chose originally, were indeed the ones where they will, they'll try and at least have a dialogue about. Everything else is just like, okay, well, it is kind of in line with, the choice of quietly accept, and then they'll just quietly
let you do it.
Let you do that. So it makes sense in a way. But I will also try and do the paper airplane backup on the roof. See if that changes anything.
Yeah, so I do like that they had the political backdrop, and they also wound it into not only the reason for the tragedy, but also the reasons for why the tragedy occurs. So here we have, try to do as much as we can differently, so don't interact with the spirit.
Oh no, this wasn't here before.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
This particular one wasn't?
No, this one was not. This was where the paper airplane was.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. That is indeed different. Memories are like a mirror, reflecting the true likeness of your soul.
Interesting.
Okay, and I can't go back up?
We don't have the airplane.
No.
So maybe everything just plays out the same, except Mr. Chang doesn't have the paper airplane to read at the end.
Right. Oh, no.
Okay, we'll keep following this.
Huh. Maybe you still want to forget. Maybe you're still afraid.
Okay, so unfortunately it seems like this is extra, but the dialogue is like...
It's minimal. Oh.
This is totally different.
This is, very different. Oh, wow.
The dialogue's also implying you're just going to keep going on this path.
Right.
If you don't face it, you're just going to forget over and over.
Yeah, facing your own aspirations, but not confessing to the truth. I and you.
Alright, time to flip it, slippy, switchy. Oh,
nice.
No, we did make a difference here.
Yeah. You are not me.
Bye, statue. Bye, everything.
Yeah.
Reality fading.
Falling apart.
Awesome. Holy crap. I'm glad we took the time to revisit this.
Yeah, for sure.
If we just gave our final thoughts and like this was all there waiting.
That's it. Okay, game over. Nope.
Holy shit.
That, like, the bodies in the river everything that I'm following you. Wow.
That's great, yeah.
That's
what I was trying to go with before, where I like the concept more if she was responsible for the deaths of everyone in the class as opposed to prison time.
It's like constantly cycling over and over with only the river. Oh, dang.
River Sanju or something.
Yet the knot of your skin still lies unsolved. The bridge leading to Paramita is something.
So the Requiem with a warm crescendo welcomes you once again.
Oh, does that mean, yeah, we haven't faced the truth of what we've done, so we're still stuck in this purgatory.
Oh, maybe so the answers we chose the first time were the more appropriate ones to actually have her move past this?
Right. It just so happens that we got, like, the choices that we had were luckily the best choices.
They were more on point with the story. Wait, don't go in there yet.
Yeah.
See if we can go... Oh, God, it's 15,000 steps mode.
Yeah.
Did you try to see if we could go there?
I tried going all the way back to the other side, yeah, and she wouldn't go.
So yeah, these guys, their dialogue is implying you're trapped in this loop again and again.
Mm-hmm.
I am you, but you are not me. Sounds like it was actually moving things forward, though.
Yeah,
I am you, but you are not the same person who was trapped in this loop forever.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like progress. But these people, no way. This sounds like, yeah, guess what, bitch, you're here forever.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like, yeah, we're going back to the gym. It's just a matter of what is waiting for us in that gym now.
Right. Is it just going to be the beginning of this chapter again?
Right.
Or would it be the beginning of the whole game again? Or is it going to be credits roll right away?
Yeah, exactly. That is so cool, though. I am happy that we went back and, redid this. Because that is amazing. They did a fantastic job of that.
Yeah, the strange thing is this bad ending is more satisfying than the good ending of sitting at a desk with freaking Wei.
Yeah, that I'm not quite sure what happened.
Oh, the creepy crap is still going.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's see. Can we walk not up the stairs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be in the crowd. Let's watch the show. Well, are we going to graduate? We're receiving a diploma from our past self.
Exactly.
Dude.
Wow.
No one should cheer for you.
Yeah, I'm sure they're probably, the people that are actually political and that kind of thing, I'm sure, like, oh, you did a great service for the country or whatever. I guess, yeah, I'll go talk to my previous self.
We weren't there at the rehearsal. We went up the wrong side of the stage. Sorry, guys.
Exactly. Just waving to people as we go along.
It was like the Australian flag in the background.
I don't think so. I'm not quite sure what that is, honestly.
Thank you. Oh,
okay.
We're gonna fall. Hang yourself.
Oh, no way. Life ends, but sin is permanent. In silence, I await my curtain call.
What else can we do?
We can put it here.
Yeah, but what else can we do? Let's do something else. Oh, not 15,000 steps, man. I want to see if we can do anything else.
Can't even walk.
Off the stage? Oh, we're stuck in the light.
Stuck in the light, yeah.
All right, that's good, though, because in 15,000 step mode, it would have taken forever to explore.
Oh, man.
All right, bye, Ray.
Yeah.
Heading to the light.
See you later, Ray.
I like how you threw it up into the sky.
Just,
don't need this.
The rafters.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's do it. This is how we fall asleep on the thing at the beginning when Wei finds us.
Oh, yeah. Wei comes out of nowhere, just cuts the rope. Like, oh, dang.
Oh. I should have showed it. It wouldn't have been, like, super dark.
Yeah, we did watch her cut Wei's throat open.
Yeah, that was much more dark.
So, it's a little bit more aggressive, but...
Alright, roll credits. On the bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no, maybe so. Don't get a happy reunion with Wei. Yeah. Okay, so it's an alternate ending.
Yep.
Coffee Yao.
producer. Yeah, Coffee Yao.
And Finger Chen. Are Finger and Coffee really legit Chinese names?
Smiler?
Did they use Smiler? Did they use
I imagine
handles?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they're like if it's word for word translation as like that's what their names mean or something. I don't know. But yeah, wow. That is quite a bit different than the other ending, that's for sure.
I like that ending better though. The dark ending. I mean, I guess I'm glad we went back and revisited it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think it is nice that you do have the multiple. I wonder now if like the third one is a different ending or if it's back to this, because we got the good ending and the bad ending. So I imagine those would be the only two endings.
Yeah, I assume it's like you either choose the right choices and get the happy ending, or
choose the wrong choice and you're in the auditorium.
Yeah, any of the wrong choices lead here.
Yeah, right. But
I would have liked it still better if they tied this back to the beginning. Like if they showed Rey hang and then like the rope breaks and she slumps into the chair in the original position that we first find her as with Wei.
Right, yeah.
Something like that so that it's a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah, for sure. Since they did drop all of those hands throughout the end of the levels, like the end of the game, to show that like, you are stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
So these are previous versions of you that like didn't make the right choice or whatnot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I really did like that they show you that shadow. Oh, we got a new achievement.
Another achievement, yeah. Everyone loves you. I think that's the last achievement for this game, actually. I'm not sure, but it's either this or one left. But yeah, that was crazy. I honestly was not expecting a whole new ending that they were going to throw into the mix there. I'm impressed with just the like for how kind of like small this game is, like for it to be just a 10-hour game with a very limited dev team, for them to put in like multiple endings through that, because normally I imagine like a smaller game they might have a couple different branches but they all merge back to the same thing because they don't want to like have that extra amount of time to put into it. But it was cool to see, like, depending on the choices that you made, like, you're going to see a completely different thing. Like, you don't see Wei at all in this one, and, like, none of the assets are reused. They're, like, completely separate. So that was pretty cool to see. And, like, the feels are worlds apart. Like, you have the Blood River and the hang, like, Rey's hanging herself in the end versus, like, Wei trying, it's seemingly like Wei is trying to find peace with what is happening, with him going back to the school and sitting down and that kind of thing.
Like I said, it was realistic that she's pining for Chang.
Right.
Because she was still, that was her whole world, was this relationship with this guy. That was the only positive in her entire universe.
Exactly, yeah.
And they showed that even in the flashback scenes and everything, where that was the only place that was bright in the entire game, was when she was interacting with Chang. First there's the Lollipop Forest, and she's starting to get excited to see him. And then when she is actually starting a relationship with him, as corrupt as that may be, like the whole place is this exciting explosion of colors and dreams, and everything is possible, and there's no rules, and everything is wonderful for her. If I guess giant goldfish and intermittently stacked chairs are wonderful. Eyeballs on skewers. I don't know. Some of it seemed like it was a very positive thing where everything is possible for her. So, like other than that, the splashes of color were generally negative. It was mostly black and white, but you had some red for the Blood River, red for when the prostitutes took over, blues in the Syringe City. There was a lot of negative colors, and none of it was bright. It was like deep reds. Yeah,
for sure. It was like the color was eye-popping because it was on that like grayscale backdrop. But it was definitely not like nothing like the candy cane forest kind of lollipop forest kind of thing that you saw when she was going to the theater and that kind of thing. So I think that is also another element that like makes it stand out so much, is because you're so used to looking at this just kind of bland screen for what the actual game is, and then when you go into something like that, you're just like, what the hell is going on? Yeah,
I mean, in any game,
that's true. Yeah,
if you got to that screen, you're like, what the?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. For me, like in the beginning, it was. I mean, it was definitely a super creepy game, but like towards the middle of it, it stopped being a horror game, like, and it just became just more of a mystery, like, for what's going on. So it was, I mean, for what it is, I not like the biggest, like all-time biggest fan of horror games in general, like anyway, because their stories aren't really usually that insane. But this I thought was
so she won't get stopped by the debris. You have to only stop her with the light. We didn't really test if the debris would stop her or not.
Right, yeah, so you have to do this whole the whole kit and caboodle. But yeah, I mean, overall I still like the game for sure. I thought like a couple episodes ago it was going to be quite a bit different than what it was, like towards the end. But I still had a good time. I still had a good time with it, especially for how short it is. I think it's worth the playthrough, especially since you do get the multiple endings towards the end. Visually, I thought it was pretty cool. I like the side scroller aspect of it, but I like music wise and that kind of thing. Not really that mind boggling. Like. The sound design was pretty cool with it being creepy in the beginning, and even towards the middle. But yeah, like I was saying before, towards the end, you're not really that concerned about like a monster coming out to get you anymore. Like you're
just in this last segment, all the middle segments you had monsters around. Right. But they did change the feel entirely.
Yeah, it now becomes like it seems like after the parents' house thing, when you were like traveling through time through Ray's eyes, like after that it definitely stopped being a horror game, and it very much so became into a like what the heck is going on, and just trying to figure out the rest of the story through Ray's eyes. But yeah, I mean, I think definitely worth the play. If you guys are interested in playing it, but yeah, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, I think at the beginning it was always partial mystery because you don't know what's going on with the typhoon and why are these kids here? They don't know why they're here. Where is everyone else?
Yeah, right.
It's never. So it started off more like horror mystery, and then it ends up kind of like a psychological thriller near the end.
Yeah,
where you're trying to figure out exactly what the deal is, and you've learned more and more that Ray is actually at fault.
Yeah,
it was. I really like the beginning where you play as Wei, and then suddenly you switch to Ray.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it did definitely feel like you were Ray, or like the Wei was going to be the main character.
Yeah, they definitely set that up early on. That like. They do the bait and switch kind of thing pretty early on with you being comfortable with. As soon as you start being comfortable with Wei, now it's back to a new character.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool, and the political aspect of it was also pretty interesting. Like seeing just how deep, like it seems like indoctrinated, like a lot of the people involved were. And then, because you don't really see that often, I think in a lot of games, so it was kind of cool to get a new aspect of that.
That was cool, and that was enough. That was enough. They could have had the horror game with the mystery slowly unfolding, where the whole idea was because of this political injustice, these kids were killed. Instead of like, oh, they're just trapped at school and there's a typhoon and blah blah blah. Originally the game seemed like you were going to dive into the politics of the era and find out why these people had to, or they didn't have to die, but they were killed because of political happenstance or circumstances, and it was just a completely unfair situation. That's enough to drive the story of a whole game. But then they kept it moving forward beyond that and showed, on top of that, there's a horror element, and she's trapped in this supernatural setting, and because of this political turmoil, she got other people killed. Yeah. So I do like that they really pushed it past the initial setup, which is already like interesting and intriguing and enough for a game. Yeah, for sure. But this pushes it past that, and the story keeps going to a level where they make that part of what occurs, but it's not everything. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really did like that was the aspect of what happened.
Yeah, and like the added elements of like having the monsters and stuff like that after you figure out that Rey is no longer alive, essentially, and they don't really explain exactly what those monsters are. They just kind of hint that like, these things are now existing in like an afterlife kind of realm, so to speak. Like, so that is pretty cool without giving away like everything that's happening. But at the same time, I think they could have leaned into it a little bit more and had Rey face a lot of the monsters like as a kind of a ramification of her actions, like in her coming to terms with what has happened. Because like we said already, like the hand monster and that kind of thing, like it didn't really get to play out to its full potential at the end.
Yeah, I thought the lack of, I don't necessarily think it would have helped to have her fighting a lot of monsters at all times, because then that changes the game, the feel of the game. Yeah, it looked like so. The only extra, I really doubt there's going to be a new way to go.
Yeah, I highly doubt it as well.
Oh yeah, just invisible walls all day.
Exactly.
Ends with the end of your journey.
There it is. We finally got the last couple of words.
If the knot of sin still lies unsolved, the bridge leading to Permedia lies in collapse.
Oh, okay.
So the Requiem with a warm crescendo welcome to you once again. So the bridge is broken in everything except for the right ending.
Yes, right. Okay, so...
Man, that eyeball fix is great. They should have used that more.
I know, yeah, for sure. They had so many elements that were, like, so freaky and creepy, but, like, they use them once and then that was it. Like, game over.
Maybe this is some sort of just, like, a Chinese hell theory, because, again, we learned that Rey was not responsible for the deaths of the kids. Originally, I thought if she got all of the students killed in her class, then maybe they're saying that she's responsible for all this blood and all these bodies are on her hands.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
And that is a much cooler story. I mean, I like what they did, but they seem to... where the point that we were thinking everything was at in the prior episodes to the last two was that she was at fault for the wrongful deaths of Chang and Yin and every student, as far as every student in that class, or at least every student who was associated with the book list. And then they dial it back and said, no, the only person who died was Chang.
Like Mrs. Yin was blacklisted from the country. She did die, but that was like 30 years in the future, something like that. And then, the kids went to prison, but they did not end up dying. It was like we were thinking her actions led like to something terribly like evil, almost like up here, and in reality it's more so like over here. It's still not good, but it's a lot better than what we were thinking it was going to be, because they did set the seeds for it to be like some major stuff that went down. Like you said, like the blood and everything like that. I thought that was, more so, like, after we realized that this is now just Rey's story about what happened, I thought that is now her responsibility, as opposed to, it just being, like, a really creepy kind of plane that she's existing in instead. I mean, you could be right. This could be, like, a purgatory or, like, a level of hell that exists within... like the Chinese culture or something like that we're just not familiar with. But
the river of blood and all the bodies floating, because now that we know that those were not on her, this only makes sense to me if it is part of some sort of mythology, Chinese or otherwise, about afterlife for bad people. Afterlife for bad boys. So
exactly.
And girls.
Right. So I mean, it's still It was still good. It didn't live up to its utmost potential of what I thought it would be. Like 2 episodes ago. 2 episodes ago, I was like, "Holy crap! This game like went through the roof of what I was thinking it was going to be." It was still better than what I thought it was going to be in the very, very beginning. But yeah, I think like sometimes happens, we thought they were taking it in a way that, and they just didn't get quite there. Like it was close, but not really like hitting that mark yet.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But overall, the game was great.
I did also like the like kind of the puzzle aspect of it, because some of the puzzles were not just the typical handholdy.
The puzzles were great.
Yeah, like the time puzzles that we had to do, and
the clocks.
Yeah.
The radio, the clocks, the
piano.
The piano.
Yeah. Like all that kind of stuff. I do like that. They kind of forced you, if you want to move forward, to do a bit more challenging puzzles than like you normally see in a standard game. So that was nice also. That they have a little bit more confidence in your ability to do something a little bit more of a little bit higher level. So yeah, I had a fun time with that too.
Yeah, the puzzles were great, and they didn't hold your hand and put the answers in your journal. Just oversimplify it like most quote puzzles in modern games.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it wasn't just push the blocks.
Yeah, or have Ray just like a thought bubble comes up and tells you exactly what you should be doing, kind of thing. It's just more so like, you got to figure it out if you want to move forward. And yeah, luckily it didn't take us too long to get through them. But yeah, they were definitely better than some of the other games that we played before. And it's just the standard put the block on the button, or like walk in like these 4 different directions, and then you click these buttons in this order, and that's it, game over. Yeah, so that I did have a lot more fun with as well.
We can see but no comment. Oh yeah, you have anything here? Just gonna read about lantern structures before we hang ourselves?
Just sit in the chair in front of everybody and just start flipping through the pages, I guess.
Oh yeah, school motto.
Oh yeah.
Where did Mrs. Yin go? Okay, so that Mrs. Yin did not get killed.
Yep.
Or we thought. So we found this earlier on where she fled the country, which I think is kind of a dick move for a supposed freedom fighter. I mean, maybe there's no options and she can't really do anything.
Right. I mean, maybe she can't save her kids, but she was also leading this whole thing. Like, she was kind of one of the ringleaders in having all the kids read the books.
Yeah, I mean...
So then you're dodging the responsibility.
Yeah, it's on her.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to supply these kids with this, like, knowledge that is illegal, and then, like, you get caught, like, now the kids get jail and you just get to go make a new life in a different country. Like, that seems a little unfair, at least try and take the kids with you or something. Like, try and, like, work that if you're going to go that route. But, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Either get them to safety or go down with them.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Don't just be awarded as this heroic freedom fighter while you're like fine and safe in another country.
Right,
and multiple people are serving jail time on you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And it's not like they are serving jail time because she was trying to keep them reasonable. And, hey, you guys read these and follow the doctrines, but you can't go out there and fight, blah, blah, blah.
Right,
and they're like, no, we have to go and shove the government and show them that we really want to live free, and then that's on them.
Yeah, right.
But if she was just like, hey, everyone read this. Oh, we got caught. Bye.
Yeah.
Then it's like, you're the heroic. Everyone rallies around you.
Exactly.
You get credit forever as being a major political figure forever in your country, and you're a freedom fighter.
Yeah. I don't really know about that one. Yeah, exactly. It was like, this whole, like, this page written on her and all this stuff she's done. Yeah.
Again, if that's a real political figure, then that's even more shady.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait, I think, we're going to have to meet a little bit earlier today. Get all the kids and be at this room at exactly this time. And I will be there. I might be just a little bit late today, but I'll be there pretty soon. Okay, get the kids for me. Okay, Mrs. Yen. Like goes it, ring ring. Oh, Officer Bai. They're gonna be in this room at this time. Okay, make sure you bring all the police though. Yeah. Definitely anyone to patrol the parts to the airport and any on the road and just any airport security because I heard them talking about flying or something. I gotta go by. Just like Mrs. Yin. You're the hero.
She's writing that page as she's like on the airplane.
Known for being the absolute most brilliant political freedom fighter of her time, Mrs. Yin. Yeah. So, Miss Yin, I don't know. Is again, and is it his response or is it her feelings?
Right. Because if it's her feelings to him, then that makes sense.
Right.
Or at least that's like, it's not completely weird because she was holding on to him.
Right. It's in character.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
But it's in character. It's realistic. Character. She was willing to kill over this relationship with this guy.
Exactly, yeah. But if it's his feelings to her and it's supposed to be super romantic, then it's
creepy as fuck. Yeah, and this is the message.
Yeah, for sure.
So it seems like the paper airplanes were all her symbol of her relationship with Chang.
Yeah.
He said, write your feelings down in a paper airplane. It started working. So that's how she shared her innermost feelings, and the only person she was willing to do that with was him, Chang. Yeah. So, all right, let's see this again and double check the perspective. Now that we're not... Okay, open the door. This is the military comes for Chang.
Yep.
And seeing this, maybe she is tied up in this because he was the actual person who got killed. He was the only one who died because of her actions. Maybe that's why she needs to relive this moment.
Maybe. In
order to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most hardcore... repercussion that she's had from her actions.
Yeah, no one else actually died, unlike what we thought when we first saw this scene.
Right.
All right, so what do you got for us, Chang, sir? Looks like it will be difficult to escape this time. That's from Chang's thoughts. Yeah. Fine.
Okay, we can't move it on.
Take my head so that I may join my brothers and sisters in death. The music here is awesome too.
Yeah, this is nice.
Why? So this seems like it's all his perspective. Aren't people born to live free? The speech bubbles are above him.
Yep. Yeah.
To think openly, to speak their minds without restriction or fear. Freedom of belief, love, and self-realization. So Chang had some good ideals. Being with you was a happiness of the simplest and purest kind. I couldn't help but think... when we could be hand in hand living an untroubled life. Yeah, it seems like it's his thoughts about her.
It's only a fool's dream.
Now is he... I too am vain like the daffodils, fixated on my grandiosity. The world is not ready for the likes of us.
I would like to think that he's talking about
Yin,
but it doesn't seem that way.
It doesn't at all. Yeah, it seems... I mean, he's only having... Daffodils died by a river of crimson blood. Decaying rust-like into the void. And there's her, like, super poetic mindset again. Yeah. Really poignant. So, yeah, it seems very much like he was reciprocating suddenly...
Yeah, like suddenly, super deep romantic feelings for her, for Ray.
And that just doesn't make any sense.
Which he did not seem to have before. Maybe now that he's faced with death, he's like finding that. But yeah, that seems a little out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just. It's all of those seem like his thoughts, not Ray's thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
Ray wrote the paper airplane about the daffodils. Suddenly, it was always the deer before. But anyway, so Ray writes the thing about the daffodils. He gets the paper airplane, and he is thinking about it and out loud, kind of going over his thoughts. and he's like, oh, I guess I have to die like my brothers and sisters. So he's like talking about fighting for the cause and other people who have died for it, and he's not screaming or acting like a baby or whatnot about it.
Right.
He's he's resigned himself to his fate, but then he goes off on this poignant romantic...
Yeah, exactly. And he looks back at where she's standing.
Right.
So...
He could also be looking over to where the people are pounding on the door.
Maybe, yeah.
But it does seem at that moment it's more like he's focusing on Rey.
Yeah, exactly.
So... Yeah, it seems like he has this sudden connection with her,
right?
Which would have made sense even if it was like a taking a abusing his authority, and like having a relationship with his student. They never presented it in the way where it was both of them fully loved each other.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It was like presented from the way that he was manipulating her and just abusing his power to have sex with her and then move the hell on because he broke up with her and he was two-timing Yin.
And
he
exactly.
was dating both of them.
Right.
So it just doesn't... If they didn't show that, if he was always like in a relationship or wanted to be in a relationship with her, then you'd have the weird... It's already weird.
Yeah, it's already...
Where you've got the like age generation gap
and the authority versus like the student, like that kind of thing,
especially guidance counselor versus traumatized student,
for sure,
where the therapist is taking advantage of the patient instead of actually helping them.
Exactly.
It's bad on all of these levels,
exactly.
And then to drive it home that it was abusive and manipulative instead of pure, like it's just like, oh, we're star-crossed lovers and maybe we loved each other in another life and that's why we're drawn to each other even though there's like this weird, 10, like 20 year gap. But beyond that, it was just like they showed him breaking up with her. They showed him in the typical role of he totally took advantage of her and he was just like, nah, we can't be together anymore. And by the way, here's your form. You no longer need therapy. Our relationship is concluded. Our business is done here. It was like super cold brush off.
Right. Yeah exactly. Just pretend it never happened, basically, and then all of a sudden now for it to just be like, oh, this was actually the most impactful relationship I've ever had in my life. Like those two things don't usually go together like that. So that is it seems like one of them has to be out of nowhere, and maybe he could be like trying to cover his ass or something like that in breaking up with Rey, and like just trying to sweep that under the rug. But then he also has Yin, and like Yin knows about this whole Rey thing. So, I mean, that's not just going to go away like that. Even though you get rid of the relationship with Rey, that's still happening. And you are still like her authority figure, like, and you are her guidance counselors. That's not a good look at all for you. So, it's that part seems a little odd to me. But,
you can't end on that note where they suddenly were star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, exactly.
After you already previously showed he was this dirtbag who was trying to use her, abuse her, and kick her to the curb.
Yeah, right. It's like, I think it's trying to paint him in too good of a light, like, for sure. And I also don't think, like, any kind of advocating for, like, a romantic relationship to take place between these two people is good at all, either way. So if he was always like pro her and she was always pro him, right, then you could see how that conclusion would draw at least.
And there was no Miss Yin, and there was no like two-timing her, and no like giving her the brush off.
Right.
Even then you have the difficulties of like potential abusing authority and like it's still sketchy at best.
For sure.
Maybe there's some way to make it work, but no way if he's also cheating on multiple people and brushing her off. There's just no way.
For sure.
It just does not seem like... It seems like a very unusual place to bring the happy ending or best ending of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I understand she might want some final resolution because her actions got him killed, but I don't understand about why he has some reciprocal love.
Yeah, I agree. There's something very odd about them, like, or about like the ending being more of an advocate for their relationship that should not exist for multiple reasons, and just saying like, and putting a romantic spin on it, as opposed to him still trying to either like manipulate her or her, or at least him being consistent and being like, and saying like, oh, this is wrong, but we have this relationship because of this connection that we had or may have had in previous lives or something like that. Like, at least it's still wrong, but you can at least see how they draw that conclusion, like in this case. But they did none of that. So,
right, yeah. If he was trying to be this originally supportive role, and then he had to try and rescue her because her own family was trying to cannibalize her, or like that sort of thing, like he found out how dark everything was.
Right, yeah. She's going through the absolute worst, and he's her only figure, and then she ends up building some kind of like idea of him in her head kind of thing, which like he is her new kind of like home, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I could see
he was
that
the only
angle.
Positive force. That's why we have all this crazy jubilation.
Yeah.
They made anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, elements of that work and elements of that definitely don't work.
Yeah, for sure.
It just doesn't seem right for the happy ending for him to actually be like, oh yes, if only we could live free and you and I could have been together holding our hands as we walk off into the sunset. I
don't like you holding hands with any child. That's odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, okay, so if she is 18 and he is 22 or something like that,
if
that's his job, like right out of
college or something,
then it's not necessarily that unreasonable.
Then it's not bad.
We didn't get to see like the full details. Then it's like it's not really like, like a pedophile situation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
It's still not great, but then you can see how the gears are turning and like how both of them think it's more fine.
It's more,
acceptable.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, if this is like I guess, they never really went into the specific context of like how old she is exactly.
Right. If she's 14 and he's 44, then that's like okay.
That's like 15,000 year difference right there. That's like,
that is not a proportionate amount of years.
Yeah, not at all. Oh man. So I could if there's more context, then I could kind of see where they're going. But as the way it looks right now on paper, it's not looking good.
But anyway, so, and I really like this, that they show you that the prior Ray was you, and that you're all like looping through this environment.
Right.
There's really nice touches.
Had a great time with the game. I definitely would recommend it to somebody, especially for how short it is. It's like short and sweet, and it does do a lot of heavy hitting with the story, nonetheless.
Yeah, so minor nitpicks. They could have improved it by making the circle, making the repetitive cycle that she's trapped forever a little bit more connected. Just small things. Have her slump into the chair after she hangs herself so that her final part before the credit rolls are the exact same position that you find right before Wei finds her for the first part. Nice, connect the circle. And maybe there is something where we could have killed a rat or done something with the jade pendant into that. Yeah. Because it lets you interact in the fan. And we heard a glass break.
Right.
So maybe if we replayed something of that chapter, it would let us see or maybe interact with that in a slightly different way.
Yeah, I mean, let us, if you guys are familiar with the game, like, let us know if there's anything we missed along that route. But, I mean, I feel like we were decently thorough in looking around, but maybe there is something that we missed that we could have like created that loop a little bit more organically.
And another thing would have just been if they kept the dark themes and the no pulling punches, no mercy, and have Ray be responsible for everyone's death.
Yeah, right.
Where she was actually responsible for the deaths of 20, 30, 50 people as opposed to one. And if they kept it that high, because they already showed that they're ready to do really mature things, and that the game can get to really dark places just with the relationship between her and Chang, and Chang was also two-timing her with Yin.
We hadn't seen a lot of Chang until like a couple like a couple episodes before they dropped that they were in a relationship, like also, and then like after that drop, then he became like this huge major part of the game.
Yeah.
So
even as soon as you see him, there is a slight foreshadowing that they're having a relationship.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's that magic banana man.
Yeah.
And then
he's the magic banana man. Oh man.
And the man with the golden gun. Yeah. He knows so much. So those things would have pushed it up higher, but as it was already great. We had a ton of fun with this game.
Yeah.
Very cool, very well done. Again, they could have made a few more connections or made it a little bit more dark to hit it home even harder, but what we did get, we really, really liked. Thank you very much for the recommendation.
Yeah, I think that was a great recommendation. Glad we got to play it. It's like short, very sweet. Really liked like how impactful they could make it in just like a very compact kind of time that you get to play through it. And yeah, had a great time playing it. So yeah, if you guys have any other games that you want to recommend, just let us know.
Yeah, story focused, horror focused, anything like that. We're a big fan of story heavy hitting games.
Yep.
And any game really. If there's just something that you know of that's a great game and you want us to play it, we will check it out. If you've been on the channel for any length of time, then you know that we play pretty much every genre.
Yeah, exactly. We have spanned many different genres through many different games. So yeah, don't be afraid to drop a recommendation if you really like a certain game. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed Detention, and let us know what you guys thought about it. Like from our playthrough, were you happy with what the story was? Was there something else that you maybe wanted to see but didn't get to? I guess. Yeah, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, what did you think about the story? Did you think it was awesome? Did you predict what happened way earlier on in the story? Did you know what the giant hand monster was all about?
Yeah, right.
Because, that was one of the missing links for us, was the giant hand monster that, like I said, I think the second to last episode, there's probably going to be some big showdown with this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, let us know what you guys thought about Detention. Let us know if there's any other games you want us to play, horror or otherwise. And we will see you guys in the next game.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.